Welcome back, everyone. Next up, we have an update from the OLB Group, Inc. It trades on the NASDAQ under the symbol OLB and is a diversified fintech e-commerce merchant services provider and Bitcoin mining enterprise. The company's e-commerce platform delivers cloud-based merchant services for a comprehensive digital commerce solution to over 10,500 merchants in all 50 states. Dement, a wholly owned subsidiary of OLB Group, is engaged in the mining of Bitcoin in a facility in Tennessee, utilizing sustainable hydroelectric and solar power. Please welcome President and CEO Ronny Yakov, as well as the Vice President Patrick Smith. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you, Anna, for having us. As Anna mentioned, we are a fintech company that also specializes in digital assets, cryptocurrency mining, and payments. I'm going to just put briefly the forward-looking statement. And today we're going to focus on two topics in the company: the Bitcoin mining and the prospect that we're envisioning in the new business that we're entering at the moment. So Dement is the wholly owned subsidiary of OLB Group, and Dement itself basically is, we achieved a very substantial goal, that is getting 20 megawatts of power that can enable 5,000 machines in Selmer, Tennessee. Patrick, maybe you want to give a little bit brief overview of the location, the pricing, and all those things.
Yeah, the location is basically located in southwest Tennessee, in the Tennessee Valley area. We've got very favorable rates of 4.89 cents per megawatt hour. So that's very, very favorable. We have that on a locked up for 5 years. Right now, the facility we're finishing the ability to have the full 20 megawatts. We're at 5 megawatts right now, and we'll be at 20 megawatts extremely soon. We're finishing tying that one out. Once we get that done, we'll be able to run our 1,000 machines that we have right now. Those are the 1,000 that we currently have. With the full 20 megawatts, that we will be able to run 5,000 machines. We do project that we will eventually get. Once the 5,000 machines are running, we'll be able to do around 42 Bitcoins a month, and mint 42 new Bitcoins a month.
So in this case, you want to give a little bit kind of high-level numbers, what we're talking when we get all the 1,000 machines running, and how much that would be when we have 5,000 machines running in terms of top-line revenue and net profit?
Yeah, top-line revenue, once we have the 1,000 machines running, top-line revenue will be around $250,000 a month. And then that goes out to, I don't have it right in front of me, so it's around 6-7 million, a year in revenue, something like that. And then once we have the 5,000 up and running, we'll be doing around 14 million net top line revenue a year. So you can see the difference. And once we get the 5 up and running. One thing I would like to point out too, the picture you're looking at right here, that is our warehouse. Those are our machines. That's one rack of machines that we have in our warehouse.
So machines are already, it's a real picture, not just stock photography. And those 1,000 machines are ready pretty much to be fired up. At the moment, we're running 250 of them. Hopefully within the next 30 to 45 days, all the 1,000 are going to be running. So basically the takeout of this situation and the value proposition for OLB shareholders is we're planning to spin off Dement as a wholly owned company to be a standalone company, and we're filing the S1 filings by or before end of June. At the moment, we are at the last stage of finishing separate audited financials for this. And the Bitcoin mining, at the moment, we have 1,000, and we have the capacity of 5,000, that once it's been spun off and 5,000 machines going to be running, like Patrick mentioned, it's approximately $14 million in revenues in this case.
Yeah, Ronny, I would like to say one thing real quick to correct the statement I made. I said with 1,000 machines running, it's around $3 million a year in top line revenue. I apologize, I just read the wrong notes.
Right. So and that's one segment of the business that we are very excited that finally we got those things to be accomplished. The second one is really the business that we are entering into now. We have at the moment the ability of getting relationships and access to 32,000 bodegas in the US. in separate regions. Those 32,000 bodegas will be able to provide for them additional services comparing to the services that they get today from vendors and suppliers. We'll be able to enable a point-of-sale system with the merchant services, give them the ability of, from the same point-of-sale system, to have prepaid gift cards, mobile SIM cards, additional cards similar that are in CVS and Walgreens to be enabled from there. Same way doing also money transfers and crypto payments in those POS systems. And micro-lender to those merchants that are the bodega owners. In this case, we see the opportunity as big as $8 to $10 million the moment we start launching. The plan of launching those are approximately 90 days from now. We're also looking at 2 potential acquisitions. Nothing has been signed yet, but those acquisitions definitely can boost up the revenues tremendously comparing to the revenues that we have today. The same thing here, we have also the ability of having the prepaid cards and those services. We'll be able to support also swipe and reload cash for the underbanked population with prepaid debit cards. So if somebody walks into the bodega with cash, the cash can be reloaded to their card so they can use online payments and stuff like this, as well as downloadable digital wallets. Primarily, our new revenues going to be coming from merchant services. That's services that today the bodegas or anyone that's servicing those industries are not making any money out of it. As we are partners with Fiserv and the Clover device, that's how we plan to implement those systems. Patrick, you want to add anything to this in terms of revenues, expectations?
Yeah, one of the things, like Ronny said, there's about 32,000 bodegas will be in the network that we're purchasing. Even if we get 3,000 of those bodegas to start processing with us, if they do $50,000 a month is what we've seen about their average volume, that's around 150,000. It'll increase around $150,000 a month, $150 million a month in volume. So we're going almost to 1.8 billion in volume if we can get just 3,000 of those bodegas up and running. So it'll add a tremendous amount of payments revenue to the company.
Okay. Well, thank you everyone for listening, and back to you, Anna. Thank you.
Great job. Thank you, Ronny and Patrick, for that update. We look forward to seeing you again in the near future.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
All right. Thank you, guys. All right. Thank you. What a great conference we've had. Know that in just a minute, you'll be redirected to the registration page for our next conference. So stay on to reserve your spot early. On behalf of all of us at Emerging Growth, I want to thank our presenters and attendees for making this such a great success. Remember, a complete replay of this conference separated by company will be available on our YouTube channel. Please subscribe at youtube.com/Emerging Growth Conference, and also follow us on Twitter at Emerging Growth C. I'm Anna Berry. On behalf of myself and everyone who made this conference possible, we want to thank you and wish you a great, healthy, happy, and successful rest of your week. We'll see you again soon.